For nearly 4 decades, I have worked on U.S. national security policy and challenges posed by the People's Republic of China. Never did I imagine that one of these policy challenges would strike my own family so directly. In October of 2023, our family joined the growing circle of American families devastated by fentanyl. Our daughter, Christina Marie, was just shy of her 25th birthday when she ingested an off-market Xanax laced with fentanyl. From the trauma center to intensive care unit to then hospice, we spent 12 agonizing days fighting to save her. Ultimately, we had to accept her loss and the hole it left in our lives. In 2026, there is no other issue in no other country that touches the heart of families in every single congressional district represented in this House. I thank you for making this a priority and discussing the full range of tools needed to provide for the common defense for our nation and our families. The questions framing the hearing today are essential. What is China's role in the synthetic opioid supply chain? What is Beijing's diplomatic strategy for dealing with this? And what can the United States do to sharpen our strategy and tools to reduce the flow? Before I dive in, I want to note an important context from my colleagues at the Heritage Foundation. In their 2024 backgrounder, they made clear at the heart of this crisis is a global partnership between America's top geopolitical adversary and the transnational criminal organizations. Chinese precursor chemicals form the backbone of the supply chain killing Americans. Since then, America has taken several important steps. An executive order designating cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, tariffs on China, Mexico, and Canada explicitly tied to fentanyl flows, the Halt Fentanyl Act that permanently scheduled fentanyl analogs, enhanced Treasury sanctions on Mexican banks, Chinese chemical networks, and an executive order designating illicit fentanyl and precursors as weapons of mass destruction. On the PRC side, they have responded with some actions, releasing a white paper, scheduling additional precursors, announcing export licensing controls, and holding bilateral meetings. Yet despite these steps, the PRC remains the primary global source of precursors and pill pressing equipment for the Mexican cartels. China's role in the supply chain is central and ongoing. Chinese precursor chemicals continue to flow to Mexican cartels. Beyond chemicals, Chinese money laundering organizations play a critical role in moving cartel proceeds back to Mexico. Beijing's diplomatic strategy has consistently been one of minimum effort. For years, Chinese officials claimed they lacked information or control, asking the United States for detailed intelligence. This is difficult to accept in the world's most sophisticated surveillance state. In public diplomacy, at times they accuse Americans for blaming China to hide from our own domestic problems. Despite promises made to multiple U.S. presidents, the PRC has not taken strategically significant steps to verifiably stop the flow. This is a choice, not a coincidence. In a country that tightly controls less sensitive matters, they are doing just enough to deflect stronger pressure, while signaling this is not a real priority for them or for us. To achieve meaningful change, the United States must target China's strategic vulnerabilities: access to the American consumer market, access to U.S. financial system, and access to imported energy. The tariffs and sanctions issued in 2025 proved effective in bringing China to the table. Congress should consider legislation to refine and strengthen these tools for the fentanyl fight. With the designation of fentanyl precursors as weapons of mass destruction, we should fully utilize the broad legal, financial, and operational authorities this provides. We should also explore leverage through China's energy dependence, including potential taxes on energy purchases that could fund enforcement and treatment of victims. Finally, we must dramatically reduce America's dependence on China's pharmaceutical supply chains. Our reliance on China for legitimate medicines creates the very infrastructure that enables the illicit trade. Reshoring and diversifying production will both protect public health and create genuine leverage to demand action on the illicit side. This crisis has claimed the lives of over 500,000 Americans in the last decade. It's not simply a drug issue, it's a national security emergency.